I'm giving the world the.
All right.
But that
So we
Boondocks is dope.
are going live, and it is 6 to 12 eyes. We are live with Xavier Black, Mr.
Hey,
Sherman Harris, and I, Latricia Penny.
root of
And
the
we about to
matter.
get started. So the topic
Hey.
today, we have flirty, guarded, or just being raised right.
And there is a
So
difference. There is a
Right,
difference.
right.
yeah. Okay, so go ahead and get started. I got a call that is on right now. So I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
You got a call. What you mean you got a call? What kind of call did she get?
Her phone was ringing.
Oh, I got you. Oh, all right. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm muted too, while we doing all that.
Right.
Before I start talking mess, and then I get like the phone starts blowing up. Because I got a couple of those group chats where somebody does something stupid and then like everybody reacts to it and the phone does not stop,
Yeah. So
and all you hear is ding
all
ling
right.
ling ding ling ling.
So y'all ready
Yep.
for
Yeah, I'm ready.
okay, so the topic came about because we received this from Mr. Xavier Black in our group chat, and we're gonna hit the button, watch it for a second, and then we're gonna comment.
Let me share the screen real quick and let me get to that real quick. All right, let me know if y'all can hear this. Let's see if this is actually going to work because you know how life works. There we go. All right, here it is.
I'm not flirting. I'm just nice. I'm respectful. And people confuse those two because they're not used to any of it. A man opens the door. She thinks he's interested. He compliments her work. She thinks he's shooting a shot. He remembers her name, asks her how her day was, and makes eye contact when she talks. And suddenly he's giving signals. No, he was just raised the right way. That's it. We live in a world now where basic decency is so rare that when a man shows it, people don't even know how to categorize it. Respect looks like flirting to people who've never been treated with respect. Kindness looks like interest to people who've only received kindness when someone wanted something. And that says more about what people are used to than what it says about him. If a man being polite confuses you, the problem isn't his manners, it's your standard. You've been around so many men who only show effort when they want something, you forgot some men just move like that. No motive, no agenda, just raised different. He's not kind because he's interested. He's kind because that's his standard. And his standards don't have exceptions based on who he finds attractive. The decency is consistent even when the energy isn't. That's the difference between a man with character and a man with an agenda. Character is what you do when there's nothing in it for you. I'm not interested. I'm just intentional. And if you can't tell the difference, that ain't my problem to fix. I'm not.
Bam.
Yeah. Right.
You say it ain't my problem.
It ain't my problem to
It's
fix.
not. It's
Right.
not. It's not. It's not. I agree with him
So who wants
because
to get started?
because I, I think there's a certain level of respect that just some men that were raised right just
I
have
can't
for
hear
women.
you.
Like, oh, you can't. Can you hear me,
I hear
Jeremy?
you. Good. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I can't
So
hear
I
you.
think there's just a certain level of respect that just people have that some men have for women, especially some of us that maybe grown up in
I'm
a
listening to everything he said. I'm gonna go out and come back in
all right,
because I can't hear
a
anything
single
he's saying.
household, a single mother household. So I mean, all my aunties wanted to be spoken to that way. All my female cousins wanted to be spoken to that way. The female clients I work with, um, see that as a sign of respect. I make eye contact with you, especially because I'm seeing you in gym clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I make eye contact with you and I speak to you respectfully. I open doors for women. I open doors for my wife. My wife will let you know any day of the week. I always open the door for her, whether we're walking into the grocery store, is it the car, whatever. So I wonder. My question is, I wonder if how it comes from a female perspective because I understand what he's saying. So I think I'm confused by how women may interpret that, and I don't know where that would come from. So that's kind of my question to it.
Well,
If
before Trish jumps in and gives that, because I want to hear that too, I'll just add a little bit and say I think you talking about chivalry, you know, and things have changed so much so that no, it's not expected. It's not even recognized in some instances. A lot of people do. A lot of people get it. There are a lot of folks women who get it. I struggle right there. I don't know. I was in my head. I'm like, should I say female or women?
Right, because I mean, hell, half the time you use the wrong terminology on something, somebody's offended. I'm him.
Sorry.
I'm a she.
That's
I'm they.
that's a sidebar from a previous conversation we all had.
Right.
Fair enough.
but you know, again, you talk about people walking around with trauma. You know, that's a form of it. You never experienced it, so when you see it, you don't see it for what it is. You see it for something else. But I can't say that that's something that's across the board. You know, I can't even say, I won't even go to say that that's the majority. Not at all, because I was raised by my mom. You know, my dad was there in the house. I was like 13. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say he didn't raise me with my mom, but my mom had a huge influence, and I had 3 sisters. So I had women like older sisters. So they all women all around me. You know what I mean? So there's a certain level of respect. There's a certain level of kindness. There's a certain level of decency. You know, and just giving a compliment, which is, you know, we talked about this. It's kind of hard to do because not everybody can accept compliments. You know,
or think that it's something different. Or think that you have an intention. And you know, that brings up an interesting fact because well, right now this weekend movement is happening in Detroit, so a lot of people are going to Detroit right now that are from different cultures, especially, you know, European and stuff like that. And Heather has always said this when she moved to that side of the state. She would always tell the ladies, like the ladies that are first going there, she's like, if you ever want to feel good about yourself, go to Detroit. Because we, for some reason, us as the males in that city, we have a way of complimenting. Like when we see you walking down the street, you going to work, and you looking like you handling your business, we're gonna say it like, oh, okay, I see you, Miss Lady. Way to go! I like the heels. I like what you're doing. Go ahead and change the world, girl. Change the world. Do it. There is no ill will or negative intention. It doesn't mean I want to get your number. Doesn't mean I'm trying to hit on you. It means that I'm see you for what you were trying to do today. And God bless you, sister. Go ahead and do your thing.
But the hard part I think about that, Sherm, is that's us. You know what I mean? And that's, you know, I whereas I said that I don't think women are in the majority that who would accept that. I don't think that number would be in the minority. I think they'd be in the majority. However, the flip side of that is, are we the majority in terms of men who give that type of compliment? You know, I would dare to say no, because if you can't accept it and you haven't seen it, then you're not around enough men to be able to see it. I would say that number is small. We're in the minority.
I would agree with that. I think giving women compliments like that, or just giving people in general compliments like that, is at this stage in life is probably an old school thing. Like, and if you're a younger woman that wasn't raised or wasn't around men that were like that, you don't get that is just a compliment. I'm not trying to holler at you. I'm not trying to do anything. There's no intention with this, but just making sure you have a great day.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I see what you're doing. Do you?
We all like compliments, and if you see something, say something. You see something you like, you know what I mean, and then it'll mean that you want to pursue. But like, I noticed a lady the other day. Her hair looked nice to me. She happened to be on the phone. I noticed her hair before. She happened to be on the phone. She was talking to her mom. She said, "Hey, I just got my hair done, but I'm about to do blah 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 blah." As she was driving away, and I'm walking out, I looked at her. I pointed at my head. It's like your head. I was like, "Your hair looks nice," and that I could see that made her day because she's smiling and just so unexpected. I wasn't trying to holler at her. I didn't want nothing from her. I thought her hair was nice. I thought it from the beginning, but I wasn't gonna say nothing because people and compliments, and sometimes you gotta pick your battles, But after hearing her in the manner in which she said it, and she was excited about it, telling her mom she had just got it done and she was gonna go and blah 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 blah. Your hair looks nice, young lady. And she, accepted it. She was good, but
That was cool.
that doesn't always go that way.
No, it doesn't. Sometimes
What's wrong?
they see what you want. I got a boyfriend. I got a husband. Girl, I've been married 25 years. I ain't trying to holler at you. We're good.
I think a lot depends.
Let's go. Let's go, sis.
Just kind of as you were saying, I think a lot depends because would I categorize you all as the majority? Probably not.
Fair.
And I'm just gonna share an experience Bayla had with my nephews to kind of maybe give a different perspective. They were all going out dressed up that weekend, and this guy literally grabbed one of my nephews because he thought that he was with Bayla. He grabbed the dude, like he grabbed my nephew, like grabbed him and was like, "Yo, you with her?" And so my nephew was like, moved his hand and was like, "Nah." But can you imagine what his opening line would be if he actually spoke to her? So there's this sometimes overly aggressive thing that happens with some guys with girls when they see them in this space here in North Carolina.
We got to back that up. I'm sorry, because you're gonna go too far. You're gonna go too far. You saying the dude walked up to your nephew, grabbed his hand, pulled him around like, "Yo, that's you?" That's what he did?
He grabbed his shirt, yeah.
I'm about to.
And so I'm just saying, so she didn't know because she had kind of walked ahead or whatever. But it was like, "Nah, that's my cousin," but they just kept walking. But it was just, this is like some different kind of interaction. So
now, okay, maybe I'm taking it wrong because see, I'm imagining a man grabbing another man. "Yo, that's you?" Or did he try and get his attentions? Like, "Yo, my man, yo, that's you." Was it like that? Because then he asking, and that's a hell of a lot more respectful. You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, I would venture to say I don't know. I think my nephew took it away because it was you touching somebody that you don't know, asking about somebody that you with. And
now,
and so I will say this because we had this reminds me of us being in college. And I remember being with you. I don't know if we were, I think it was all of us, but I know it was definitely Spud. And me and Spud were kind of walking together and we were in some club. Now, someone approached him while we were walking together. And although we weren't together, I got offended for other reasons, but I got offended because you don't know whether we are. And for you to just walk up to somebody when they're with somebody, to me, is kind of disrespectful.
yeah,
that's
period.
I have.
I was just kind of raised that way. So, like, when people even have the audacity, like, it ain't like you waited, it ain't like you checked in, and like we all got to a table together. We were visibly like talking to one another, and someone walks up and like just start talking to you just because they felt like they could. I've had those experiences as well. So it's like when you say complimentary or the boldness or whatever, I think that there's a lot of people who are rude, and there's a lot of people who aren't kind of gentle with their compliments. You all were very respectful with the compliment. "Oh, your hair looks good," or this, that, and the other. But you'll have people who say, sometimes some outlandish stuff. I can't say that I'm used to the compliments because just on that general stuff that you all do, that you all feel like is normal, that's not as normal as you think.
Hmm.
or, or I would just say it hasn't been my experience. Now, there are times, am I going to say I've never? Absolutely, yes, I have. But is it like a norm from like when I was, say, in Detroit? And then I will just continue to say, I noticed people, whenever I would get my hair blown out, it was a different response every time. I'm definitely going to
Hmm.
get someone who will compliment me if my hair is straight. Not so much since I've been natural and I wear it curly or natural. But if I get my
Hmm.
hair blown out or what have you, oh yeah, everybody, oh, you this, you that. I'll get tons of compliments with my hair
Hmm.
straight. But
Hmm.
every time. Like I could probably do it
Uh-uh.
today and like probably be dating. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
I'm just, you know,
You don't
it's
paint a you don't paint a pretty picture of Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening to you. You know.
but that, you know, the experience I had with Spud was with in Kalamazoo. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's just about Charlotte. I think it's certain places or
Well,
just
the
certain
dude grabbed
people.
your nephew, but with that being said,
Yeah.
you know your nephews, they're and Baylor's the statures. I can
Yeah.
kind of see why he might a person may pull your cousin aside like, yo, is that you? Respectfully, because she got you by an inch or two,
So
you know.
what?
Yes, but listen,
That's messed up.
but no, that brings perspective. If he wants to holler at
Okay.
Baylor and you think maybe that's like her cousin or you know what I'm saying, because dude don't look like her man, but let me ask him, you know what I'm saying? And he asked, and you know, I could see it. Now, at first when you said it, you like he grabbed him, he grabbed his shirt. That's you?
But he grabbed his shirt. He didn't grab his hand.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's situational. Like, I don't care who you are. Don't just grab me, dude. I don't
Yeah,
care if
I'm
that's
not.
my wife, that's my
I'm
cousin.
not
Don't
with the
just grab me,
grabbing
dude.
either.
There might have been
Yeah,
an
I'm not.
altercation
Don't.
that had it been
Yeah.
me.
In fact, don't touch me, dude. Because
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like it's
mean,
I
he
you
don't know
know,
touched
you.
him, and it's like, do you need to touch somebody for that?
no,
Right. And
no,
and
no.
that can be conveyed in a whole different way. Like, hey, excuse me, player. Hey, you, whatever
Right.
term
You
you want to
know,
use. Hey man,
yeah.
I
Is
just want to
that
ask you a
you?
question
Like you
real quick.
said,
Is that you?
anybody could say, "Is that you?" A little bit,
But
you know.
it's the
But there's
grabbing
some
part that
people.
got me.
Yeah,
Well, and this is 2025. I'm sorry, we're in
26.
2026.
Yeah.
He, he,
26.
he. How did he grab him? How did he touch him? And was he asking him, was that him because he was interested in Baylor? Or was he asking him, was that him because he was interested in him? Because that's a whole different conversation.
Fair
And very well,
question.
very possible. Very possible. I'm saying.
Fair
Well,
question.
I think
Fair
he was
Either
question.
interested
way,
in,
but
but it
touching
is too
somebody
much.
regardless is out the question. Because don't just, you know what I mean? You don't know me.
Man, you ain't gonna just be
Don't
grabbing me, man. You ain't just
I don't do
and
that. And I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't know where your hands been, and you know,
Hmm.
nah, don't do that. That's reserved. That's reserved. You ain't in the. You have not. Nah, that's a perk that you don't have.
Yeah.
Everybody don't
yeah,
have the
I
right
don't know
to
you
come
like
and
that.
touch me.
So,
I
but
don't I
going
don't know
back
you I don't know you like that.
to the original thing, I don't feel like people have been around enough people to be able to openly take that, or because they may have been around people who would just be like, yo, you know how some people just don't even say know how to approach you in that way. So I think some people are just a little bit more guarded, and they'll just be like, no, or I don't want to, you know, just out of defense, because you know, not necessarily assuming. But if you have people come at you kind of intense at times, I'm not sure how a lot of people are responding. But
Yeah.
I will still say that I don't think that you all are the majority, because I will still say, just like Heather said, when you go to the Midwest or Detroit, there's a, and I think Baylor had a similar experience in New York, where people are just more complimentary just in general, and just nice and good natured just in general, without wanting anything, and just literally just be like, hey, you cool, you got this, you know, and just easy. But I don't know, once again, if that is a norm. I think there are pockets of places where people act that way, but I think it's like less and less, generationally.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that I don't think I could do long term in Charlotte, just because the I am the way that I am, and I do
Mm-hmm.
speak. And in general, you know, I'm be such an outlier speaking to everybody. I mean, and then you know, once you speak, people actually spoke back, and they were like happy that you fucking spoke, and maybe even held a conversation. But until then, it was like everybody was stoic, and I'd rather be in a place where people in general felt comfortable speaking and you know, giving compliments and whatnot. Now I don't know where the hell that is in this day and age in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to find some island or something, you know.
Well, I
Well,
never had a problem with
I'm gonna
people.
say I'm glad you brought that up because my mentality from that well, just let's just say Detroit mentality of complimenting people when I see something great or you're doing great
Mm-hmm.
worked really well in when I lived in Ibiza. And to be honest, that culture does the same thing. Like those
Mm-hmm.
ladies compliment each other. And they will go back to you and say the same thing. Oh, look at you, Boricua, you look so good. I love you. This it's sexy. I like what you're doing, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it's complimentary. It's not I'm trying to holler at you. It's like you are killing it right now.
Yeah.
Or
Mm-hmm.
I feel your presence. I feel your aura. So I've only and the only place that I've really I think well here in Phoenix where it's kind of you know it's a little different, but then people kind of get it. Oh, like oh you from the Midwest or you from the East Coast, so I now I see how you roll. So I
Mm-hmm.
do agree with you, Trish, that I think that it's maybe it's pockets of where that is, and
Mm-hmm.
I would tend to say that I think those are very fewer pockets, or those pockets are far and few between here in the States than maybe in other cultures.
Okay.
Because I think that
I'm two pockets.
we just
That's
have
it.
way too much going on.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
also think that there's a thing too, you know, with the North and the South. So a lot of people have a feeling about people from the South. So I think when you see other people, some of them may be a little guarded with that as well, because you know sometimes people are, oh y'all slow or y'all this or y'all that or whatever, and so there's a natural kind of defense to people from other places. And then, like I said, actually with Charlotte, you can't really tell. And I wouldn't assume that these are the people from Charlotte that you're talking about because so many people have moved here. It's hard to find like people from Charlotte because most of the people are from other places. And so, what I've also found though, as far as just talking, I can go anywhere and people just start talking to me. So I can't say as far as like not speaking or whatever, but as far as like people that'll just have a conversation with you. Now, it may not be a complimentary, you know, or like, hey, you look good, but it's like, hey, how your day going? And blah, 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 blah. You know, like it may be a
I
different
agree. I
kind of
agree. I
conversation.
agree.
Well, that's kind of unfair because you and I are similar in this place. In this,
Hmm.
you know, people talk to you
Yeah.
in general wherever you go. So
Wherever
that's
you
not
go, I
even
have
that's not
conversations with
even really
people.
fair. I said people didn't speak in general, but when they talk because that's
Uh-huh.
what happened. You know what I'm saying? People didn't speak, but if I said something, if I
Oh,
opened that
yes.
door, boy, it was like, hey, I've been waiting. You know,
It's
but
like
it's
that.
unfair for me to say that too because
Hmm.
everywhere I go,
Hmm.
people strike up. I, people strike up conversations with me. I could be
Right.
minding my business and you know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
so
absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Well, hell, we just had yesterday. Yesterday, um, something happened to my mom's battery in her car, whatever. So I had to go scoop her up. We had to run over to AutoZone to get everything done with the warranty. Happened to be in AutoZone out here in Arizona, of all places. Three brothers were in there, all of them from Detroit. One from Southfield, the other one was from I forget what part that he was from, like right off 6 Mile, something like that. But
Hmm.
I had my Lions hat on. He's like, "Oh, you from Detroit?" I'm like, "Well, you know, I tend to tell the truth. I was born in Detroit, but this is where I was raised." But anyway,
yeah.
so
You
we
don't want to
but
get
what
slapped. You don't want to get
nah,
slapped. but not no
No,
for 7 months.
I am not gonna tell that lie. I am not gonna tell that lie. Not one second. I got history on 7 Mile in Murray Hill. That's where I spent a lot of my weekends. You know,
Yeah,
I got a little history of my
yeah.
dad staying on Connor. But you know, for real, this is where I'm from. But anyway, we were all, we were all vibing, and the conversation was what the conversation was. We were talking about the weather and stuff like that. So it's just sparking up conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Same day, I'm in the store and the clerk cracks this joke that he cracked on the person just before me, and then her and I spark up a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it may be, and just kind of like Trish was saying, it's just like sometimes there are people in the world that just like you can talk to them, or they have a spirit or an energy around them that that like we can have this quick interaction well, because
Mm-hmm.
like you said, everywhere I go, I end up having random conversations with people. So
Mm-hmm. It's a
I
little
don't get it.
different,
And
yeah.
yeah, and I've never changed who I am for anybody. Like again, like if I see a dude or a man or a woman that's just like something, just like you killing it today. Hey man, I see you.
Yeah.
Nice
Well, see,
job, bro. That's a nice tie. That's a nice hat. That's a nice suit. Or
that's what I was about
hey,
to say, Sherm. Now, I think that women do it to women. I mean, women give women compliments more than they give men compliments, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
and I believe men give men compliments more than they give women compliments now. And it's not some other stuff. It's just feelings for the men. What I can say is I think for women, I think they always kind of did that thing. That was kind of always
Mm-hmm.
their thing.
yeah. I
Men,
think
we
so
kind
too.
of evolved into this where like if I go and I got something on, if it's my hat, it could be my
Mm-hmm.
beard, it could be my suit, men will compliment me, yo, bro, that's it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And,
That's
and vice
it. Yeah,
versa. We get that. We'll do that a lot,
right.
way more than stepping out of and giving women compliment like that. I
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you think that's more of a safety thing now? Because I do kind of
well
feel this. I
well
kind of feel like I will compliment a dude sometimes now before I compliment a woman, because I don't want you to think I'm trying to hit on you.
well the, okay, that may be it. But what I'll say is that we said earlier that the men who gave compliments more were the minority to women, right? But
Respectful. Respectful compliments.
Respect,
respectful
yes,
compliment.
exactly. Yeah, let's be that is a word that we need to use, respectful. Because some dudes
Okay,
talk cat call.
okay, okay. Because then what I'm that kind of invalidates what I was gonna say. Because I'm like, I get a large amount. It doesn't matter what the person look like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, or what they doing. You know what I mean? If we dressed alike or you know, they out doing their thing, you could tell, they about that life, but they see my hat or they see my
Yeah.
shoes or they see, something and they give me the compliment, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. That invalidates that because if that same person gave a less respectful compliment to the woman, yeah, well, you going
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So, and I think what the guy was saying that I think what we all have chosen as well is to still be ourselves regardless of what other people got going on. So
yeah.
whether they're able to receive the compliment or not, that we're still, I think y'all may be a little bit more guarded being men, and whether people will think that something else is going on, because I think that's more of what he was saying. um but I don't think that I've allowed any of it to like change who I am. Like if I'm gonna give a compliment, I'm gonna give a compliment.
Yeah,
What
absolutely,
you
absolutely. I
I
know
think
will
maybe the
I will say that it's altered how I move
hmm
in terms of giving a compliment. I won't, just like I said, I gave the compliment to the young lady after she gave
hmm
me the context clue or gave me a clue that she was excited about it.
hmm
Um, I didn't give it immediately. I'll give you the compliment as I'm leaving. You know what I mean?
hmm
Let you know I don't want shit
hmm
else.
hmm
Hey, your hair is nice, deuces. Hey, I like those shoes.
Peace.
There's no
Mhm.
more conversation. It's just I wanted to drop that jewel and be gone because you said in the midst, like you both still standing there for something. Then there's the expectation for more, and you know,
Is
that,
it though? I mean, I don't- and what and I
Hmm.
may be
Hmm.
the not in the majority, but
someone who is not used to accepting compliments gets
mm-hmm,
a compliment. Yeah, they're expecting more because where's the other shoe gonna drop? What else do you want? That kind of thing. The person we're talking about is the person who's guarded, who can't
mm-hmm,
accept the compliments.
mm-hmm.
So I give that on the way out. So the expectation of more, there is no expectation of more. He just gave me a compliment and left, and maybe never see the dude again. But he gave
But
me a
I think that's part of how you give the compliment too. Like you have to almost do it in passing. Like, oh, hey, I like your shoes. You killing it. Great day. Have a great day. I think you almost have to do it
Hmm.
in passing so that there is not an assumption that you want more than what it is. And I think that may be safe because, and I say this because um, I have been described by a lot of my female friends and a lot of females, period. Just like you, and I'm sure you've heard this term too as well, Dre or Xavier. That's a safe guy. Like he's or the term good guy, meaning that I can hang out with that particular dude and we can do all kind of things together, and I know that it's not going to lead to something else. And I used to get this a lot again in Ibiza or being in the club or being just a DJ. Like, and a lot of my female friends are female and hang out with me just because a lot of my female friends are female. I just said
I
that out
can't
loud.
help it. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, I know, I got it. But have been
I'm glad.
described as a safe guy. I caught it. I caught it. But I have been described as a safe guy. And my friend Serge was like that too. And a lot of people at his funeral said the same thing. He's
Mhm.
just a good guy.
Yeah.
And he would be hanging around banging females, but they knew that it was that we were a safe place. That like we're
Yeah,
not trying to,
they don't have to worry about if yeah.
yeah. In
And
fact, you can come give me the code hug and let me know if we're at the club and somebody's, this hug means that okay, he's all right. Don't do nothing. This hug means like go get this mug,
mhm.
those kind of things. So I think that may have a little bit to do with it as well too. Maybe it's do these younger generation ladies do they actually trust guys?
I don't know if they've been taught to. I mean,
Do they
you got
have
to think
safe males around them?
you got to look at what they grew up on. The music's changed, what they watch changed, and none of it has been very
Facts,
positive.
facts,
So like,
facts.
and then I was just gonna just kind of piggyback a little bit. Like, I don't know if I do stuff in passing, and I don't assume that just because I have a conversation with someone that means they're trying to talk to me. Someone could give me a compliment, and I could have a whole conversation, and we part ways, and there's nothing. And I don't assume that because we had, you know, a little banter about whatever, that I need to be thinking that that's about to be my man or what, like that doesn't cross my
Right.
mind just because it's like, because people do talk to me all the time, I don't naturally assume that because I said two or three more words to you that means that we're about to be dating or you want me. Like I don't naturally make that assumption because usually the compliment, if you do have any other conversation outside of that, usually you just end up talking, about or just having a regular conversation, or it's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Or for women, you say something about a clothing line that we about to tell you where we got it and whether it was on sale and all of the
Right, right, right. You compliment some shoes, you be like, "Oh, I like these heels because they real comfortable,
yes,
and I can walk
and
all
they
the way
comfortable
downtown."
too.
And like,
Yeah,
right, and
and
you
so, but I don't know if I don't think like that whenever I give a compliment that I need to be strategic on how I do it because it may be viewed some other kind of way. Maybe
that's
that's the
interesting.
difference between just being, male and female or man and
Well,
woman,
I would say having the experience of giving a compliment and realizing that the person you gave a compliment to has so much unhealed trauma that they
Mm-hmm.
can't even receive the compliment. Like they
Mm-hmm.
reject it, you know. So it does
Right.
make you guarded.
Mm-hmm.
It has made me guarded, you
Mm-hmm.
know. um, how I go about giving compliments and who I give them to. I try and still do it, but yeah, there's the pause now because hey, you look nice. No, I don't. I didn't got nothing in my hair. Like, yo, it's okay that you ain't did all your stuff that, but you don't feel like you look nice. And then I walk away dealing with the baggage because like no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Right. Right.
If
Right.
you can't, so I gotta kind of pick and choose because I've had that situation twice now, where
Mm-hmm.
and both times left me very very uncomfortable. Like
Mm-hmm.
damn, because now I went from feeling not giving you the compliment to damn this is you that jacked up you can't even. I like go just
Right.
go
Right.
Mm-hmm.
go or
Right. That's your problem.
let
That's
me
your problem though. That's
and
their
but
problem.
I realized though and it's jacked up because it's just unhealed trauma that some folks walk around with
Mm-hmm.
to the point where it's a guy can genuinely look at them and find them attractive in their natural state and they can't accept it because they feel or they've been told that they need to have X, Y, and Z done for them to feel good about themselves.
Mm,
So with
mm.
the, and I was yeah, agree about it being traumatic, but just because people are unaccustomed to, because I would say like if people would say certain things around me and my natural state on a regular basis, like I'm more unaccustomed to people saying that, but I definitely noticed a huge difference otherwise.
Would you
um
reject it?
I don't know.
Good
how
question.
about
No.
how about you're surprised, or you may just kind of be in awe because that's just not your norm. So
Would you
um
reject it? I'm talking the
I don't
two
know.
instances
Listen, I ain't about to
with
reject
straight up
nothing, but
arguments, fucking arguments, like arguing with me.
I
Like,
was like,
no,
thank
I
you. I'm
ain't
glad
did
you
nothing.
noticed,
I'm like, because that's what I'm talking about. You they were like, no, like want to fight. No.
So
See,
yeah, so
that's
wait.
crazy.
Yeah, so I can't say that I'd be rejecting, but I will, sometimes it will, it does kind of like, okay, thank you, just because it's not, like I said, as common.
Yeah, I think I'm of the fact going back to the beginning of the conversation. I think that maybe people that compliment people are in the minority now. It might not be um, generally accepted. I guess depending on where you're from or who you've been around. And I guess I could see a female with a lot of trauma or hasn't had
Hmm.
good experiences with men, and you run into somebody that's just complimenting you on just your day or just
Hmm.
your presence. I could see how you could instantly get defensive on that because again, like like Xavier said, it's just I got drama. I got a little bit of
Hmm.
drama. Anytime a dude
Hmm.
tries to step to me or says anything nice to me, they want something. They want something more than
Yeah.
just what it is. And it might not be like that. Like I said, I'm like, nobody's trying. The times that it has happened, I'm like, ain't nobody trying to holler at you. Trust me, I'm going home. I don't know. I was just, I liked your shoes.
Yeah,
Right.
like it really was just simple. Yeah.
I liked your shoes. I got a man. Okay.
Yeah,
Did he
but
get the shoes
and
for
then
you?
Tell him I said I liked him.
He's got good taste. Where'd he get them? Get some for my girl.
yeah. But I think like that's just unfortunately became a natural way for a lot of women just because they haven't had positive experiences. And so and then you'll get the people who don't care. You know, you can say that you have a man, and people were like, you know, remember back
Right.
in the day, what that got to do with me? I got a man. I
What
ain't
your
trying
man
to hear
got to
that,
do with
G.
me? Facts.
You know, so you know, it's just like it really is just a different time for a lot of people. Uh,
It is. I can see that. I can see
it's
that
just a
for
different
sure.
time. So, because some people don't respect or honor that, some people don't respect their marriages or anything like that. Because this, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Um,
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
yeah, you know, there's a
But
lot of
yeah.
people that just so it's like and will run, you know, come up to you like they free, you know.
Facts.
That don't wear rings or whatever, don't got the
Or
tattoo,
even
don't
with
do
the
nothing.
ring on, shoot.
Yeah, you know, and been married for several years, you know, or whatever. So it's like it's just a lot.
The
A lot.
ring for the men, the ring was when you all were way more aggressive when the wedding ring was on my finger.
Mm, don't say you,
I
because
c-
I ain't do that. No,
I mean, just women
I'm,
and
mess- I'm messing.
women.
I'm
It's just
messing.
like because,
Yeah.
and damn, the way I figured it was like, oh, I guess they figure you got to go home. So
that's exactly it. A woman actually said those exact words. She's like, "Oh, I like your ring, blah blah blah. You married? No, no, no." She's like, "You're the best type to mess with." I'm like, "Why? Why would you say that?" Because you
Mm.
got to go home. I said, "Oh hell, oh." I'm like,
Yeah.
you got to go way over there on that side of the room. I'm like, I don't know who you. No, hell no. That I was. First of all, I was kind of taken aback. I was like, oh, thanks. At the same time, but I'm like, dang, that's a dangerous ass
That's
woman right there.
bold.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I'm
bold
like,
as hell.
somebody in this room is about to
Right,
get in trouble
you start at
tonight.
your shoulder and start patting you and slowly moving her arm down, checking out your definition.
I, you know, and that's a thing too. And I never really got that before. Somebody like you talking to a female or whatever, and she's doing whatever, and she's talking, and the little
Yeah,
gentle touching, like squeeze the arm, like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
wait, hold on, oh, you checking me out?
yes,
Actually, a
yes,
female had
yes,
to tell me that. One of my
yeah.
female friends had to tell me that. She's like, she's sizing you up, right? I'm like, I thought we were just having a conversation.
Oh
Uh-uh.
my goodness. And just
She like, no.
for the others, I just gotta say this because I don't know if I touch people when I talk to them, but I don't usually be sizing them up. And I
That
do
I
say
mean,
usually, but
yeah, I
I don't
took
know
it
if I
for just
touch people.
innocent, I just took it for just like whatever.
There's still some innocent people out here. Leave us alone. Like,
I just took it for
no,
like
I
whatever.
just
She's
because some,
this a
I
touchy
talk
feely
with my
person.
hands mostly and all that other stuff. So there are times, when we have these conversations, I'm like, dang, I wonder if I do that. I wonder if I don't know.
got you
I can't say for
got you
sure.
questioning
Maybe
yourself.
I did. I know sometimes I touch folk.
I know sometimes people are just touchy feely. So sometimes you
Yeah.
just, whatever, it
Yeah,
ain't no thing.
sometimes
I
I
mean,
am.
my head is somewhere else. I'm like, whatever,
Right.
okay.
I gotta
You
see if
touch people.
I got ulterior motives on the inside. I don't know.
Well, my God, look,
Let's see if you got a hidden agenda that you didn't know was hidden.
I told you you need to be in the space where I have either openly or with my mind or with my eyes or something giving you permission. So when it happens, it's like, oh, you think you slick, yeah, and then slowly just enough so they could claim innocence in the case you form some sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, no, no. I'll pat him on the shoulder, and then and it's just enough. But yeah, okay.
Oh
You
goodness.
slick. You think you slick? Sherman's like,
It make
Sherman said they just bold with him. She just came up and started squeezing, like, really?
It's like,
That's
oh, Sherman and no, and it was fun, and then
that's
we no.
Huh?
yeah,
Okay, I'm
that's a
not
bit
thinking nothing of it.
yeah, I don't know if I could do that because
And
I'm real
my
funny
friend
about
told me,
stuff. So
she was
like that
like,
will feel like invasive to somebody's personals,
it,
their persons.
you,
It
I mean,
is.
and this,
It's the
it's
equivalent.
kind of is.
Listen. It's
It's
a
grabbing
body
a dude.
part.
Is that
It's,
you?
it's a body part, but it's the equivalent of me coming up and squeezing your ass. Okay. Now it's my arm. So what?
Is it the equivalent of the ass though?
I was
Oh
gonna
no,
say
I don't
breast.
think that's a little far.
I was gonna
I
say
don't know if
breast.
it's the equivalent of the
Oh
ass
no, I
Can't
don't know.
listen.
I don't
It's
think
or
not
it's
the
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 same.
breast.
breast.
It's not the breast, and it's not the other private. So yeah, it's the butt. It's
Eh,
not fun.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, here it is. Men look at behinds. Behinds for men are not functional, other than when you're hitting it from the back and you get the vibration. That's it, right? Arms for in a relationship aren't
Get your
necessarily
boy.
functional, other than you know, something for them to hold on to, and yeah, exactly, right. So it's a equal comparison in my mind.
I don't think it's equal. I'm just gonna go ahead and say
I
that.
gotta agree.
There's no
Oh,
way
I
in
gotta agree
hell
with
that's gonna be
Trish.
equal.
I gotta agree with
what's
Trish
up?
on this one.
That's not equal. The arm and the butt, that is not equal.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So
One butt to another butt. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well,
They're both non-functioning.
I mean, I'm a
uh,
look, but I ain't gonna grab.
yeah, but I'm trying to think of what there. But see, we would have no purpose for touching your arm. That don't do nothing for us. But you touching our arm, ooh, he got muscles. Ooh, me grabbing your ass that's the sensation. It's because men are different than women. So you
I,
touching our arms, ooh, muscles. If there's a something in the brain that goes click, 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 us touching an ass, there's the same click, click, click. It's
it's
just
not the
men
same
and women
click.
is different. For you,
I don't
I'm
think it.
still gonna.
I don't.
It's not.
Yeah,
It may be
I'm gonna
a
disagree.
click. It may be a click, but it's not the same click.
okay. So give me the equivalent then. Give me what you guys think is the equivalent.
Now, I would say, if we're gonna
Ooh,
say, I would say more of a thigh touch, because to me that's different than an arm. Now, if I
see,
reach
that's
out,
way inappropriate.
that's what I'm saying. To me, because a butt is inappropriate. So if I touch your thigh, that's like a butt to me. He said a
Okay,
butt.
so
The most equivalent to me, if I don't do a butt, would be a
uh,
thigh.
Listen, you
But me
you
touching your
you
arm ain't the
you
same as you
groping
touching
my
my butt.
goddamn arm is inappropriate. Okay, I didn't give you permission to grope my arm for me. You
Look
and
at
then
you
you
smiling though. It's something
lingering.
about it make you smile though.
You're
I
lingering.
mean, I mean, it does make you feel
Feeling
kind of
definition,
good. It makes you
all
kind of
the
feel
humps, the
manly.
nicks,
You
and the
know, like I'm a
crannies.
man.
You're like your shirt just fits up in here a little different. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know,
It does make you feel a little
I'm
manly.
sorry. I'm not gonna be okay with the arm shoulder equivalent to behind. It just is not.
I'm saying the endorphins that released in the brain
Okay.
All
are the
right,
same
all right. It's a
that a
dopamine
man
thing for you.
gets from the touching of the behind, because there's no other non-sexual body part
I've said a thigh. You don't want to go with my thigh. Now, to me, a thigh
that
and the firmness and the muscle, the same thing you talk about the arm. Yeah.
No, see, no. If we're sitting down and I touch
so
your thigh, I think that
you could
I'm
be
like,
hold on. You could be
that's going too
dancing,
far.
right? You could be
It's
dancing.
definitely going too far. But
Hold
I
on.
think
You
the behind is
dancing,
going too far.
you're
You keep
dancing,
saying the
and
shoulder thing
the
is
hands are
like it.
here. That's
Huh?
they here. The hands are here. They're on the on the tops of the behind. Especially if there's a little hump. It's on the tops of the behinds, or just straight
What is
if
this?
it's flat. Either way,
Get your
and
boy.
it's touching. It's touching, right? Touching my arm,
I'm
touching the
I'm
side.
gonna say this.
Mm-mm.
Because when my friend let me know that the young lady that I was talking to, and she came up to me after the conversation, she was like, she's sizing you up, right? I'm like, no, she just touchy feely. She was like, oh, she's feeling your arm because she want to feel how strong you are. Did you see how she touched your stomach real quick while y'all were talking and laughing, he and kiki. She's
See,
sizing
that's
you
a
up.
whole
She
bunch
trying
of
to see what you're gonna do. And I'm like, she wasn't. We just talking, like, that's
yeah,
just how she
that's a
is.
lot of areas though, Sherman.
Right. Well, you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, she was right, but still.
I'm just saying, like, you don't think anything of it, but I still feel like, but okay, so this is what I will say. So if someone touch your ass, because basically you're saying, oh, if you touch the behind, that's something. If somebody touched your butt, is that the same as them touching your shoulder? You saying yes. I'm thinking that you would know that they were completely out of line if they touched your butt.
Oh yeah, you're completely out of line if you grabbing my ass. That's a whole
Oh
different
There,
no,
story.
but you saying
there
Dre,
is, no, here it is, here it
Mr.
is,
Black, the
here it is,
shoulder and the
here it
arm.
is, here it is, here it is.
But I
Okay,
but I
so
but
Here
you
it
are
is,
being
right here.
blatant with it though. Like I want to hit that, boom, and you grabbing the booty.
I'm
Here
just
it is, here it is, right here. Here's the hypocrisy, right?
uh-huh.
See, there is no appropriate way for a man to innocently just touch a woman to where
Usually the
it,
back is where they go.
let me finish
I
to
disagree.
where
I
there's a
disagree.
gray area, right? Right. So if you touching somebody, if a man touches your back and runs his hand down your back like that, that's appropriate.
We said all of it was inappropriate. We done said all of it is inappropriate. I'm just saying there's some that are a little bit more blatant than others. I have touched people's shoulder. I don't think I do all of the check in and all that other stuff. I know that sometimes talking I'll just touch, but I ain't filling you up, you know. So
It's a
But
I'm
lot
just
of filler
again, I
uppers.
agree.
It's a lot of filler
That's why
uppers
I was
out there.
taken aback from that.
It's a lot
yeah.
of filler
So
uppers out there.
okay, and I didn't know, but I just we're not gonna say that your arm and a boob or a butt is the same.
I'm
Yeah, I have
saying
to agree.
the
It's not.
the endorphins that are released in the brain because a guy touching your back is it's like okay, yeah, all right.
No, that's where you're wrong.
Going.
That is where you're wrong. A guy touching a woman's back, especially in the middle, that's a whole different thing too.
Who are you talking about? Are you talking
No, see,
about?
I think that
All right, let me finish, Sherm. Who are you talking about? I'm saying a guy touching a woman's back in his brain. There's no endorphins that are going off. There's nothing that's
To you, okay. So, but
firing
for the
and saying
woman,
okay. But
the
I'm
same.
you gonna let me finish or you gonna tell me what I'm thinking? I ain't even got to that part yet. Okay,
Okay.
I said
all right,
in the
all right,
man's
all right.
brain, right? In
Mm-hmm.
the man's brain, the toucher. We're talking about the toucher. In the toucher's brain, him touching your back, ain't nothing going off in his head. He touch you behind, something going off in his head. Women, on the other hand, because you all
Fair,
you
fair.
touching, you checking me out, that's sending fires off in your head like, oh, he got muscles, he can do this, he can do that. Dot, 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 dot. There's things that are firing off in your head. There's a reason you touching my arm and you running down like you running. Again, it's hard for you to say it because you don't do that.
And just like old girl said, she's sizing you up. She
Yeah.
trying to see what she grabbing your arm, grabbing your chest, but to your point too as well, like especially being in the industry and all that stuff and like hugging people, like I intentionally make sure that if you want a hug or we're hugging, that my hands are at this spot, center of your shoulders, center of your back. I'm not touching nothing. Like these are the safe places that my hands can go for that hug and we are good. Or hey, and then this little side hug or something like that. But it no, my intention is to let you know I am not trying to do any of that. I'm not trying to put no signals out like, "Ooh, we can get some, we can do it. I'm interested,
What
whatever."
happens if your
Gentle,
hand
nice
gets too
hug.
low? What do you do if your hand gets too low? If
I'm
you're
sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry
still gonna say this,
yeah.
even though
Why do you say I'm sorry?
because I might have touched you in an inappropriate way, and I don't want you to get the wrong conclusion. I'm sorry.
So in our minds, it's the same. It's like, ooh.
and I'm still okay. So my comment
Uh-oh.
that I was gonna say, and this may seem a little different because it's not you, and obviously that's not a place. So, as a woman, if a man were to come behind me and put their hand kind of back area, not behind, mid back, center, that may be a place that may send something to me, whether it sends something to you or not, because that's not a normal space where people touch all the time. So, I'm just saying,
Mm.
for a woman, just like you said, oh, you may not, that don't do nothing to, they don't fire off nothing in your brain. It may not fire nothing off in your brain. That don't mean that it wouldn't fire something off in a woman's brain.
But
I
we're
just,
talking about the receiver. We ain't talking about the person who's
I'm
doing the
saying
act.
I'm the receiver. Say I'm the receiver. Somebody roll up kind of behind me a little bit and hit me somewhere in my back.
But that
Something is
I
going
said
off
that
in my
incorrectly.
head.
We're okay.
Something going off in my head.
But see but that's interesting because you as my friend, that's interesting. So if I'm coming up and you're talking, maybe you're having a conversation with somebody and I'm coming at you from behind, that would most likely be the one place because I know you. And to me, I feel that's a safe
I
place.
would
I would
not.
come up and go, hey, so you would not react and go, hey, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
but
blah,
that's
and then
usually a
keep it
upper.
moving.
It's not a mid. It's not a mid or
Well,
lower.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? There's a
Yeah.
mid. You know, there's places. That's what I'm saying. That would even
It's
wouldn't even
it's
be a
the
thing.
upper to mid.
It would still be your upper back. It wouldn't be kind of a lower back thing. You would just still, as a friend, come to me more. There are certain areas. So I'm just saying, it may not be a male thing, and it may not even be other women thing. But I'm just saying that there have been moments, and so we're. That's all I'm gonna say. There have been moments.
It's
They
been
may have
moments.
some association with some things. You know, just saying. You know, it's y'all free
It's
range,
fair.
whatever. Everybody
It's
has
fair.
places. So like that's all I'm saying. It
It's
may
fair.
not for anybody, you know, because I'm very mindful that I'm like at a top or if I'm shoulder or what have you, I don't go past a certain point on somebody's back usually. Unless
Okay.
I'm
All right.
comfort or if you notice, because you can always tell when people have been with each other because how comfortable they are around each other and where they do touch them. You can almost, even if people aren't together, I don't know if y'all pay attention, but I be paying attention that you can see how
So that's some
comfortable
different shit.
people are, even with standing close to people. If they've already been intimate, then then you can kind of pick up certain things because you don't stand even as close to people you haven't been intimate with. There's certain
Oh,
things
that's
about you that's different when you're familiar. I'll just say that when you're more familiar
Okay.
okay.
than not.
I would go with familiar. I wouldn't say necessarily intimate, but
Yeah,
Ugh.
familiar. However you want to use
yeah.
familiar. We just go
Oh yeah, cool. Familiar still meaning intimate, or they thinking
ish.
about it, or they've been
Whatever.
close,
You know,
or
because it's like
or
there's
if
certain
it happen,
certain
it might happen.
you know, certain people you won't even stand a certain way with. But then if you are familiar with them, I noticed I'm like, oh wow, they've been, you know, like just on because that's not
I'm,
normal to be
hmm,
so close to people that you aren't already familiar with.
Yeah.
So
hmm.
that's just my thing.
Well,
So
that's communication style, I think sometimes because some people are right in your face. But you're right. If you're not, if they're talking to somebody, if you're a person that talks to somebody right in their face or gets really close, then you're not the person that reciprocates that very well. You're right. One of the people will be a little bit
move
more
back.
like, "Yo, let me get some distance."
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like you're in my space. Like, we can't. You're in my circle of
Only time
trust
that
right
you
now.
don't move back is if you're already cool.
Facts, facts. I mean, I'm just saying, I've been cool with people that I ain't been intimate with, and
I'm just saying there's a familiarity. There's a familiarity that allows for different closeness levels without it, you know, whether it's been sexual or not sexual. There's the more familiar you are with somebody, the more you're okay with them being closer to you usually.
Yeah. I've allowed
yeah,
you.
yeah, that's fair.
I've
That's
given you
fair.
that permission to enter that
Yeah.
space.
And
Yeah.
it
You
don't
can be in my
and I will
space.
take out the intimacy. It doesn't even have to be intimacy. I'll just say that sometimes if you're super familiar with somebody, it's easier for you to be closer, allow them a closer proximity to you.
That's fair. That I will agree with because I think that you can be in the same space with some people and you just that cool that you don't
Yeah.
necessarily y'all ain't been
Yeah.
together. It's just
Yeah.
we
I
cool. I trust you.
yeah. Maybe it's a trust thing. That could be the whole thing. Maybe it's just more of a trust thing.
We're cool. I know you won't violate my space or come into my
Hmm.
yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
I
I don't think
say
we all
still pay attention
necessarily have
because
to.
you could probably see who else been messing around.
See, you gonna have me looking at people all sideways now.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna be all up in people's business right now. Like,
Because
They've been together.
the
Look how they
bodies don't
talk to each
lie.
other.
Bodies do not lie. It's almost like that you're magnetized to people at times.
See, that's
Like
messed up.
this.
You know, I work in a gym and I see conversations all the time. So now I'm going to be analyzing everybody I see in this damn gym now. Like,
Watch
I
people
wonder if they
moves.
done.
You'll be able to tell. You could
I
tell when
wonder
they
if they done
started. You
did
could
it.
tell when they stop.
Damn, you got me messed up, Latricia.
I ain't paying that much attention to what other folks do.
I'm gonna see it now. I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. I'm like,
No,
I wonder if
it's
they.
not even a
I'm wondering now.
okay, so that's what I do is I pay attention. So
Yeah.
it's just I
That's your
people
thing.
watch
You're right.
sometimes. It's just who I am, and it's just like, oh wow, they're very comfortable. You know, it's just like picking up anything else. It's just very easy at
I've never
times.
noticed that. I've never noticed
So
that before. I
okay,
hate
Sherman,
this.
let's do the questions because I
No, I hate this. I'm mad as hell right now because I'm be looking at
Look,
people.
I don't know why you surprised, man. How long have we? First of all, if you think back to school,
Oof.
right? What was she to us? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm not surprised by that at all. Noticed
Right.
everything, peeked on every. No, Oh, so you did.
I,
Damn, how you know?
I have
Yeah,
been
no.
accused like,
Yeah,
oh, so you
so
trying to?
no.
No, I'm not. But I've been thinking about it. I could tell. Damn. I need you to get out of my business, Trish. I need you to get all out of my business right now.
mean, because people look, some of my first observations, yes, because you would notice like you have a way that y'all be, and then it'll be a different way that they'll be after. You know what I'm saying? Just people just end up being a little different.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. You right.
You ain't got to give it to me. I was gonna take that one.
I didn't have a damn choice. All right. We're gonna move on to. Ooh, Latricia Penny is my friend. All right. All right. So let's get to our random questions right now. All right. So I think this is one we decided on. First question is, what's a Black household rule that you thought was normal until you grew up?
Besides
Shall I repeat
washcloths?
Ooh.
What you mean washcloths?
Yeah.
Not everybody uses them.
In a Black house?
In a Black household?
You said, what did you grow up thinking was normal? And then you go other places and find out that it's not normal.
Okay.
Oh, fact. True.
Right.
Yeah, because
Well,
it kind of shocked me that people didn't have washcloths.
Culturally, yeah.
Cultural. It's cultural because it is normal in Black households. We use wash.
We use something. Whether it's a whatever. Yeah, but it's not a consistent.
It's not direct soap to the skin.
Yeah,
it's not direct soap to the skin. Use your washcloth.
Have you ever heard of such? How rude of them to use those things. I'm just saying that was one thing.
And growing up,
I was like,
growing up where I grew up, I've been in people's bathrooms where I didn't see no washcloths. Like,
so there was that thing when you were young. When there was a thunderstorm going on, like you couldn't have electricity and you couldn't be on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's lightning outside. Get off the damn phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get off the phone. Turn that shit off. There's lightning outside.
That is a fact. You don't think white folks do that? You like Southern white folks? I think they might do that.
I don't. Well, I found out that was some garbage when I got older.
Well, fact.
What do you mean? Why? I'm on the phone. I got lights and TV and everything on. Thunderstorm. I don't turn nothing off, and that never happened.
Right. I mean, if it's in the middle of summer, you got the air conditioning on.
I think it might have been because if that was more of a historical thing for Blacks, there may have been a time.
I mean, unless you're outside on the phone.
I mean, didn't they used to have the stuff on top of the roof, like the thing?
I don't think that's gonna go through the phone though. I don't think you're gonna get necessarily electrocuted.
Because if the metal was going to attract the lightning, it was gonna attract the lightning whether a signal was coming through it or not. The metal, the lightning is gonna be attracted to the metal, not because it has a signal. It's giving a signal. It's activated.
And not because you're on the phone talking to that damn girl that you've been talking too much. Get off
Yeah.
my damn phone. That's
Yeah.
usually what
Maybe
it
this
did. It
is you
doesn't
need to be quiet. Let us pray this out. Okay. What was yours, Sherman?
No, the washcloth thing was my thing, but the
Mhm.
phone up, I really can't think of one except for just basically being respectful, ma'am, those type of things. You know that thing, and I've said the story before. You know, I'm in my house, and that might have been where I grew up. I could say huh, but when I went to Dre's house and I said huh to his mama, it was a whole different story because you're supposed to reply to her as ma'am, and then your life might get taken from you. So, in fact, that day everything changed. In fact, my mom
I
looked at
don't
me
know
crazy,
him.
and I was
I don't
like,
know
"Ma'am,
nothing about him.
Dre about to
I
leave
ain't
me."
with that
I
dude.
mean, I'm sorry, I brought him into your house, mother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it was. What's the whole thing? If you can hunt, you can hear.
You heard me.
Yeah.
You said, huh? You heard what I said, right?
Uh,
I'm still
Yeah.
scared to this day from that one. Still scared. I see Miss Brooks right now. I'm still going, yes, ma'am.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Here's a good one.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure we didn't say this one. All right. If you had to explain African American culture to someone from another country in one sentence, what would you say? And we can go
I
ahead
am
and
going to
pontificate on that.
I would say I would quote um uh Cass and Shy Rock, DJ Cass and Shy Rock. I would quote them and say hip hop didn't invent or African and American culture may not have invented everything, but it reinvented everything.
All right. Define that a little bit. That's well,
So
no, you don't have to.
their twist.
Mhm.
There's a twist on theirs because they say hip hop didn't invent anything; it reinvented everything.
Everything. Yeah.
And that's fact.
Yes.
And that is fact.
And African American culture may not have invented everything, but it reinvented everything.
Hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't. So
I've always
the things that we invented, the things that we did not invent, we made stylish. So we reinvented it.
mm.
People were dancing. You know, we didn't invent dance. We didn't invent music.
But didn't we? But didn't we
Fact.
though?
But didn't we though?
Damn.
But but didn't we though?
Okay, so those are the ones that we invented and made better. But all right, so
But I got you. I got you. I
yeah,
got you with the reinvention. I'm
yeah,
down. I'm
yeah,
down.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the reinvention.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Creative and
just gonna say
innovative.
we invented and then
Yeah.
we reinvented it.
We like,
Not
well,
everything, but a
didn't
lot.
we? Like, oh wow, yeah, damn, man.
I
But a
mean,
whole lot. It may not be
I'm
everything,
just
but it's a lot.
I
It's
mean, it is. I mean, especially when we talk about music. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
yeah.
none of it's here without us. Not one bit of it is here without us.
Yeah.
You
None
know,
of it.
so it's so much. Um, probably the sentence that I would say, probably everything you think is wrong.
Explain that.
Just because there have been all of these lies about who we are. And I think now people are recognizing the intelligence, the history that they keep trying to keep away and all that other stuff. But a lot of different cultures have been told things about who we aren't
Facts. Yeah.
And then they have an idea or a prejudice or a whatever. And I would just say probably most of the things that they were told was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that because I
Yes.
think, yep, just when we were living overseas, it was just easy to defy stereotypes. It was so easy to defy stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Just having conversation, just speaking, or just saying where I came from or doing whatever. It was so easy to defy their stereotypes. Like, oh, I thought this. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
thought that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
From
no. It's
where?
no.
Where y'all? Yeah. And where y'all get all this from?
Yeah. Like, who
But
told
it
you
is.
that?
Yeah. It's what's
Like,
promoted. It's what
Yeah.
families pass down. It's just a lot of stuff. So I think that almost everything that you taught is wrong. Everything you
I've
think you
I've
know is.
described us. I described us, and I mean, and this is an arguable concept, but I described
Mm-hmm.
us as the ultimate in unification and family. Like at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, if you had to like split everybody up and see who was going to look out for each other, whether they were family or not, it would be
Mm-hmm.
us. I think the Hatfield and McCoys would fight each other. The British and the Irish are going to fight each other. But even if you take it to if something was to happen in a that would need us all to unify, I think we would be the one culture that would all come together, despite whether you're from Africa, despite whether you're from Los Angeles or Detroit, if you're from Kenya or Nigeria, even though they fight a lot. But if something was to happen where you said it had to be this group of people and this group of people, I think that we would have the bigger group, or we would have the group that would unify and get over our differences to make a change or to defend each other. So I've always looked at us as the ultimate in family. That's what I was talking
Mm-hmm.
about before. The head nod. I don't know you. I don't know you. You don't know me from Adam. But
Mm-hmm.
we see that we're in a predominantly white place, so we're outnumbered. We're gonna give each other a heads up. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna give the nod. Hey, how you doing? How are you?
The
You gonna
best
speak?
example I could give to validate what you just said is that picture of the Bloods and the Crips with the blue and the red bandanas tied together, holding it in the middle of the riots.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best example I could give
That's
for
a
what
perfect
you just
example.
said. And the need to come together. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
would be able to do it because those are when you talk about Hatfields and McCoys, that's our Hatfields and McCoys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the Hatfield and McCoy has been battling each other for generations. And when we needed to come together, the red and the blue came together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just like in the overall sense of everything, like we need each other.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need, and we are gonna come together. The other ones
Right.
still might have issues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's yeah, that's my definition of that. That's where I think that comes from. I think that's who we are, and that's what I love about us is we us. No matter how many times people have tried to Jim Crow laws, all the things, what do? We just adapt, innovate, and keep it moving. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the people, one of ladies I used to work with, one of the members, when what's his face got reelected again, and they were like, "Oh my God, what are the blacks and the gays gonna do?" And I said, "I don't know what the gays gonna do, but the blacks, what we gonna do is do the same thing we did always before. We gonna keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
We are used to things working against us. So
Mm-hmm.
what do? We just keep it moving. We just make it work. We'll try to fight for it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll try to change laws. We'll try to do all that. But at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, we know all we got is each other. So y'all go ahead and worry about that and waste your time on that. We're just gonna try to make sure that we are okay.
Right.
And that's what I've always thought we were as a culture. And that's who I always think we are as a culture.
Mm-hmm.
And despite all the inbreeding and all the other stuff, or the going outside of your race and all that kind of stuff, which we've all well, victim, but we still look at each other when things happen.
Mm-hmm.
We know that we got each other's back no matter what happens, and
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. We are family, we are culture, we are unity.
Yeah.
And that's my definition of what it is. I don't think I have another question though. because I think we answered the other two.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
But I'm still tripping on the washcloth thing. That was kind of funny.
I mean, you
And
assume that that's a thing, but you find out that it's not, and now
I
people
did.
argue about it. Like
Well, could
people
you
argue, like, how dare they use those things?
Well, could you imagine what I mean? My first
There's an
grip
argument.
was I walked into somebody's shower, like I was staying the night at a friend's house, and they were like, "Yeah, whatever, go ahead and take a shower." And I'm looking in the shower, I'm looking in the towel. Oh, all the towels are in the closet in the thing, and I'm looking.
And then,
I see towels. I don't see no washcloth. I see 0 washcloths. What are we doing? Like, you all use the same soap on? Ugh.
yeah,
Ugh, I think I'm just gonna stand underneath the
conversations
water.
about
And
that. Yeah.
I'm just saying I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know they didn't. Just still feel dirty.
For the time of all of the soft soaps and the dispensers.
That don't change nothing. I don't care if it comes out of a squirt bottle or whatever. You just
I'm just saying,
man.
but that was more before the time. Like, we
I
didn't
didn't
have.
have
need a washcloth.
that experience. It wasn't until college that I learned that that was a cultural, that was a thing, a difference, So it wasn't as traumatic because I couldn't imagine going to take a shower and they say, "Hey, grab a towel. Hey, you missing little ones. What are little ones? What are,
Right. I love these really Yeah, I love these expensive, plush, very nice, soft towels that you have that were clearly very expensive. However, we're missing a very integral part of what we need to take care of the shower. Like, they did not come in the set. Every time I buy towels, you get all of them. You get the washcloth, you get the middle towel, you get the big towel. They all come together. Like, where do you go that they don't come together? I don't understand. I'm lost. I'm confused.
Yes, it has been a thing.
Now you go and they, most times you buy that stuff separate, and I think that's the reason why.
That's wrong.
Sometimes you can't even find mates to the towels. I won't buy them. I mean, I'm stuck in that.
They got to match.
I need all three.
Yeah, I need mine.
I need all three.
I may not get the hand towels. You know what I'm saying? Because those are more decorative or whatever. But I'm
gonna need all three.
The washcloth and the towel and because I was previously a fat ass, I mean big fat ass, I need the big towels because there ain't nothing worse than to go get a towel and it don't cover your whole ass. You can't even tie it, you can't make it connect. Nah, dude, no. Sherman, you've been skinny all your life. You have never experienced this. Trish, you have never experienced this. If you need a little ass towel, and you can't. No, and I don't have that as an issue no more. I'm not the big dude I was.
Yeah.
I need the towel. I got a thing. I need them big towels. So,
my eyes hurt.
I can't with you. I just cannot.
My eyes hurt.
I respect it and I understand. And I'm
I understand. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad, like you said, that I have not had an experience or two.
Yes, that's
hey. Thank God. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Got to check the size of the towels before I buy them. Like, hey, what's the size? I don't care what the sale is. These are plush. How big are they?
Oh, Jesus.
You 2 inches too short.
Jesus. Oh.
That 2 inches make a big difference. That 2 inches means
fair.
It sure does.
And let go.
It does, because you got back in the day you had to.
I heard you, Trish. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it. Sharon glossed over it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have it. Yeah,
I let it go. Go. I was trying to purposely ignore it.
Yeah.
Oh goodness! I may as well join in on the laughter. Oh good.
Ooh, my cheeks hurt. Oh Lord Jesus.
All right. Well,
okay.
I think we've had a good
that does it.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
We're gonna end on that note.
Yeah. Trish and her 2 extra inches. Look,
that's never mind. You know what?
You said it made a difference. I just agreed.
You agreed and highlighted, but listen, I just take
this is
this
about
back
to go down a rabbit hole.
And we had in college.
We are closing. We're closing.
Where are my crystals at? I need all my. Where are my crystals at?
We are closing right now.
I need to get all my spiritual energy together right now.
We are closing, and we're saying we'll be back on in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Usually the 3rd week of the month is our week.
Yep. She knew exactly where I was going too, boy.
We're coming to a close.
Boy.
So sorry.
Let me bring my.
Let me go ahead and rub Buddha's head.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
Right.
Lord have mercy.
So as usual,
all right. So
you know what?
A
wonderful time. If you're watching the replay, please comment, say where you're from. If you made it this far, we thank you. And we'll see you next month. And this is Latricia Penny. And
I want my mama.
And
I'm Xavier Black.
And I am Sherman, aka Mr. Harris. Thank y'all for tuning in and checking us out. Please make sure you find us on all your social media and on the replay and find out what we are doing in life so we can share those experiences with you. This is 6 to 12 Eyes, and we will see y'all next time. Find us on YouTube, like and subscribe. Peace.
Please.
2 inches.